Hello guys, welcome to the 2025 AFCON show. My name is Paul Ayorinde. So far so good. We've seen a lot of exciting football matches across the 35th edition of the competition. We've seen group stage matches across the competition. We've seen round of 16 games, 44 games already have been played across Morocco over the last couple of weeks, and we've seen 109 goals scored. Brahim Diaz, the top scorer, so far so good with 4 goals, and we have a whole lot of players on 3 goals, the likes of Ademola Lookman of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Victor Osimhen of Nigeria, Lassine Sinayoko of the Eagles of Mali, just to mention a few. And now we're down to 8 teams that will be slugging it out for the 35th edition of the African Cup of Nations. We have Mali in the quarterfinals, Senegal, Morocco, Cameroon, the Phoenix of Algeria, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the Pharaohs of Egypt, and also the African champions, the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire. So the quarterfinals are set, and now these are my takes on those quarterfinal games that starts on Friday, the 9th of January. Let's start with the first game that will be happening in Tanger at the Grand Stadium in Tanger, where the Eagles of Mali will be locking us with the Teranga Lions of Senegal. I feel it's going to be interesting. The Senegalese are really informed, doing so well for themselves. Got one, defeating Sudan 3-1 in the round of 16. For Mali, they are the only side left in this competition that have never tasted success when it comes to winning the African Cup of Nations. They did so well, even getting a red card in the first half against the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia. Did so well in that one. They conceded later on in regulation time in that particular one, but eventually got an equalizer, first extra time, and they won via penalties. For Mali, I've really not been impressed with them at this competition, but one thing I've been impressed about is Lassine Sinayoko. His pressing, his way of attacking. He's gotten 3 goals so far at this competition. He's been a top class performer for the Eagles of Mali at this competition. That if the Malians are going to start any chance of progression into the semi-finals, you just feel Lassine Sinayoko might be the man to take the Malians into the semi-finals. For the Senegalese, they've been very good all round. Defensively, they've been pretty good. Offensive, in the middle of the park, the 2 Gueyes, Idrissa Gueye and Pape Gueye, have been very good in the middle of the park. Going forward, Mbaye off the bench has been good. The likes of Sadio Mane, Nicholas Jackson has also been very good for them. Looking at the game as well, I think it's evenly poised. Their neighbors in West Africa, but I just feel Senegal will be too strong for Mali. I don't know if it ends in 90 minutes, maybe spills into extra time, but I'm going to lean towards Senegal to book a place in the semi-finals at the expense of the Eagles of Mali. Moving to the second quarterfinal game that happens at 8 p.m. local time, where Morocco will be slugging it out with the Indomitable Lions. The Indomitable Lions have been a revelation at this competition. They had a whole of off-the-pitch issues leading into the competition. MINSEP, the Ministry of Sport in Cameroon, having issues with the Football Federation in Cameroon, Fecafoot, led by the legendary Samuel Eto'o. There's been a whole lot of issues, but David Pago and this young Cameroonian side have been very good. Did so well in the group stages, slugging it out with the defending champions Cote d'Ivoire, and also defeating the Bafana of South Africa in the round of 16. Samuel Eto'o and this Cameroonian side have been showing so much spirit, so much zeal, and so much determination to get results at this competition. Who says they can't shock the host nation, Morocco? Yeah, Morocco, in my earlier video where I was predicting the group stage and my favorites for the title, I tipped Morocco, but I've not been impressed with what I've seen so far from the Moroccans. Yes, they have won games at this competition, but I've really not been impressed with what they have showcased so far so good. Brahim Diaz has been fantastic for the Moroccans. Ayoub El Kabi has been fantastic as well, but as a unit, the Moroccans have really not lived up to the billing at this competition. Maybe they step it up in front of their fans in Rabat on Friday evening against Cameroon. That's left to be seen. But looking at the Cameroonians, they've been pretty good. Christian Kofane, the Leverkusen youngster, has been a revelation for the Cameroonians. Eta Eyong off the bench has been good as well. Naomi and Mbumo has been very good for the Cameroonians as well. In the middle of the pack, Baleba has been very good. The Brighton midfielder has been very good for Cameroon as well. Defensively, the captain Nuto has been good as well for Cameroon. They look good, they look sturdy, and they have goals in them. They would be a threat for the Moroccans. But I just feel that extra the Moroccans had in terms of quality, the likes of Ayoub El Kabi, the likes of Saibari, the likes of Brahim Diaz, will just give them that extra to defeat Cameroon. So I'm going to go with Morocco to progress at the expense of Cameroon into the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations. Now let's go to the Saturday quarterfinal fixtures. We'll have the first game 5 p.m. local time on Saturday in Marrakesh, and it would be the Super Eagles of Nigeria versus the Phoenix of Algeria. Repeat of the 2019 semi-finals at the AFCON, where Riyad Mahrez scored a late free kick to take Algeria into the finals, where they eventually defeated Senegal. So it's a repeat of that particular one. There's a whole lot of talk going into this one. The Super Eagles having a whole lot of issues revolving them, distractions here, right here and there when it comes to the Super Eagles. But hopefully they can move beyond those distractions and put up a top-class performance on Saturday evening against the Algerians. For the Algerians, one of my favorites for the title as well. So basically, two of my favorites for the title facing each other in the quarterfinals in Nigeria and Algeria. But I just feel, overall, that goal-scoring spark the Super Eagles has exhibited so far so good at this competition. They've scored 15 goals already or thereabouts in this competition. I feel that would just take them to the finish line. I think they get the win over Algeria. Yeah, Algeria have been very good. The likes of Ibrahim Maza, the youngster, Amoura has been good. Yes, he's not lived up to the expectation coming into the competition when it comes to scoring goals, but he's been lively as well. Riyad Mahrez has been good. Buneja has been good for Algeria as well. But I think they just lack that extra that will take them beyond the Super Eagles. So I'm leaning towards the Super Eagles, barring all the distractions, to get the win. Maybe in extra time, maybe via penalties. I'm going with the Super Eagles to knock out Algeria and progress into the semi-finals of the competition. Now that takes us to the final quarterfinal fixture that will be happening in at the Adra Stadium in Agadir, where we'll be having the 7-time champions of the competition, the Pharaohs of Egypt, locking us with the 3-time champions of the competition, Côte d'Ivoire. Côte d'Ivoire, the defending champions. For Côte d'Ivoire, they have started slowly, and it looks like they have improved gradually as the competition have progressed. They were so fantastic in the round of 16 tie, where they dismantled their West African rivals, Burkina Faso, 3 goals to nil. And for Amad Diallo, has been a revelation at this competition for the Ivorians. Yan Diomande has been coming into the competition gradually. He's been looking good in the midfield as well. There's still issues about who exactly are the best 3 guys Emas Faye want to start in the midfield for Côte d'Ivoire, but they look good all round at this point in time. For the Egyptians, I've not been impressed. Yeah, Mo Salah has shown a bit of flashes, but he's not really brought his A game to this competition. Omar Mamouche has not been fantastic as well. The other players around the team, the Trezeguets of this world, the Zizos of this world, have not really shown enough for the Egyptians at this competition. So far so good. I've not been impressed with the Egyptians. I think they rode their luck against the Beninese in the round of 16, and I think their conquest at this competition will come to an end in the quarterfinals. I think the African champions, Côte d'Ivoire, would defeat Egypt and progress into the semi-final. So basically, I'm predicting a semi-final between Senegal and Côte d'Ivoire, and the second semi-final, the host nation Morocco facing the Super Eagles of Nigeria. It's going to be interesting to see. So far so good. We've seen loads of goals. Like I said earlier, 109 goals so far in 44 matches. So we're looking forward to the quarterfinals, looking forward to the semi-finals, and which teams will get into the finals, which will be happening in Rabat on the 18th of January. Once again, my name is Paul Ayoride. Continue to enjoy the AFCON and see you on the next one.